Imagine raising 3 children with your whole heart, only to discover after 18 years that not a single one shares your blood. What would you do? This father thought his life was complete, until one sentence from his wife shattered everything he knew. Stay with us, and don't forget to subscribe to Black Inside 2.0 for more emotional life-changing stories. The evening sun melted through the wide apartment windows, washing the living room in a warm gold that usually made the Steele family look like a picture-perfect portrait. Marcus Steele, a calm, patient man, stood beside his 2 teenagers, Chloe and Ryan. His arm rested gently around them, a gesture as natural to him as breathing. For nearly 2 decades, Marcus believed he had the life he'd always dreamed of, a stable career, a beautiful home, and 3 wonderful children who called him Dad with trust and affection. But today, the air didn't feel warm at all. Grace, his wife of 18 years, stood across from them. Her eyes were wide, her breaths heavy. Her hand trembled as she pointed toward Marcus, her voice cracking open the room. "Marcus, you don't understand. I didn't mean for any of this to happen." Her words crashed like thunder. Marcus didn't shout, he didn't move, he simply felt the ground shift beneath his feet, the kind of shift that warns you life will never, ever return to the way it was. Chloe looked at her father nervously, her brows furrowed in confusion. Ryan stepped closer to Marcus, protective, unsure, afraid. The city skyline glowed behind them, unaware that this living room, once filled with laughter, movie nights, and late-evening snack raids, had just become the center of a storm. The first crack in the mirror. It all began a week earlier. Chloe, the middle child, had been struggling with recurring headaches. Marcus, concerned, took her for a routine checkup. The doctor ordered a few tests, including a basic genetic compatibility screening. "It's nothing serious," the doctor reassured. "Just protocol." Marcus didn't think twice, but 3 days later, the doctor asked Marcus to return, alone. Marcus sat in the cool office, tapping his foot lightly. When the doctor walked in, his expression carried a weight Marcus didn't understand at first. "Mr. Steele, I'm not certain how to say this." He paused, choosing each word carefully. "The genetic markers indicate Chloe is not biologically related to you." Marcus blinked, confused. "What do you mean? Maybe there's been a mix-up." But the doctor had already double-checked. And then, like dominoes falling, more tests were done. All 3 children, Chloe, Ryan, and even little Emma, shared traits, histories, and medical markers that aligned with Grace, but not with Marcus. Not even a little. Marcus didn't yell, his heart simply folded in on itself. The truth didn't arrive like a slap. It arrived like slow, heavy rain, each drop colder than the last. The confession. Marcus didn't confront Grace right away. He spent nights staring at old photos, first birthdays, vacations, school plays. Pictures where he lifted the kids on his shoulders, taught them how to ride bikes, tucked them into bed. How could love feel so real if it wasn't rooted in blood? Finally, tonight, he asked Grace to speak privately. Grace refused. She grew defensive. Her voice rose. She accused him of mistrust. And then, in front of the children, she broke. "Marcus, I'm sorry," she cried, tears rushing down her face. "I made mistakes, years ago. I didn't think any of this would come back. I thought we could move on." The kids looked shocked, not because of biology, they couldn't fully grasp that yet, but because their home felt like it was splitting in half. Marcus inhaled deeply. "Grace," he said softly, "I loved you, I loved this family, and I believed everything we built was real. If something happened, you should have told me." Grace shook her head, sobbing. "I didn't want to lose you." Marcus's jaw tightened. "But you've already lost pieces of me." The room fell silent. The children exchanged confused glances. Life had changed in minutes. A father's heart doesn't break quietly. After Grace left the room to compose herself, Marcus took the children aside. They looked at him, searching for stability. Chloe's voice trembled. "Dad, are we still your kids?" Marcus felt something inside him shatter, not because of the truth, but because of their fear. He knelt down, placing a hand on each of their shoulders. "Listen to me," he said, steady and warm. "You have always been my children. Nothing changes that. Biology doesn't make a father. Love does." Ryan's eyes watered, though he tried to hide it. Chloe leaned into Marcus, her head on his shoulder, and in that moment, Marcus knew something important. Even if life had betrayed him, his heart never would. The longest night of his life. When the children went to bed, Marcus sat on the sofa alone. The city lights flickered against the window. Every memory of the past 18 years replayed like a movie. Grace walked in quietly and sat across from him. "I don't expect forgiveness," she whispered, "but I never stopped loving you." Marcus stared at the floor. "Grace, I gave you everything. I trusted you, but I built this family on a foundation that wasn't true. You made that choice for me without ever letting me decide." Tears streamed down her face. "I know, and I'm sorry." The word, sorry, felt small. Too small for the weight it carried. Marcus stood, slowly. "I need time." Grace reached out. "Are you leaving?" "No," Marcus said calmly. "Not tonight. The kids need stability, but things can't stay the same." She nodded, understanding more in that silence than in any argument. A father's resolve. The next morning, Chloe found Marcus in the kitchen preparing breakfast, just like he always did. Scrambled eggs, toast, and fruit for each child. "Dad, are you okay?" she asked gently. Marcus smiled, though the smile carried ache. "I will be, and so will you." Ryan joined them, placing his hand on his father's back. "You're still our dad. That won't change." Emma, the youngest, ran in with sleepy eyes and hugged Marcus's leg. "Daddy." That was all it took for Marcus's heart to soften, again. He lifted her up. "Yes, sweetheart." She kissed his cheek. "I love you." He closed his eyes. "I love you too, always." And he meant it, the choice that defined him. Over the following weeks, Marcus sought guidance from counselors, friends, and his own heart. Grace went through her own journey of reflection, guilt, and rebuilding. But Marcus realized something powerful. He had raised those children. He had comforted them, taught them, shaped their world. He had sacrificed sleep, money, dreams, all for them. Blood didn't make that real. Love did. When the children gathered around him one evening, Marcus cleared his throat. "I want you all to hear this," he said softly. "You are my children, not because of biology, but because of the life we built together. I choose to remain your father, always." Chloe burst into tears and hugged him first. Ryan followed, emotion breaking through his normally calm exterior. Little Emma wrapped her tiny arms around all of them at once. Grace stood in the doorway watching, both grateful and painfully aware of the damage she caused. Marcus turned to her. "We will co-parent, we will focus on the children, but our relationship needs time and work." Grace nodded, tears falling again. "I will do whatever it takes." Marcus wasn't sure what the future held, but one thing was certain. Family is more than DNA. It is commitment, sacrifice, and unconditional love. A new beginning. Months passed. Pain softened into acceptance. Acceptance grew into healing, and healing slowly rebuilt the structure of their home. Marcus didn't erase the past. He didn't pretend everything was easy. Instead, he chose to rise above what broke him. And in that choice, the children found strength too. They even began having steel family nights. Again, board games, popcorn, old movies, warm laughter. Moments that proved love could survive even the deepest fractures. Marcus realized something profound. The truth had hurt him, but it also showed him who he truly was. A father, by heart, by choice, by action. And nothing would ever take that away. Some storms don't come to destroy your life. They come to reveal the strength inside you. Marcus learned that DNA may connect people, but love is what makes a family. If this story moved you, make sure to subscribe to Black Inside 2.0 for more emotional and life-changing stories.